Massiva, this is LaserBolt, and today I present you my ultimate crafting guide. You're going to learn everything that has to do with crafting in the world of Outriders, what resources you need, what resources are for, what type of armor you get, and what type of resources you get from said armor, and how you actually go about modding your weapon, leveling it up, and all that good stuff. So if all of that sounds like something you're definitely interested, a like would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget about our monthly giveaway. Link is down below in the pinned comment. So good luck to everybody's participating. And now let's talk about crafting. Now, if you come from playing other games like Destiny, or you play games like The Division, or you played any mostly RPG or loot and shooter, you guys know crafting plays a big fundamental role on not only making your gear better, but also making sure that your builds are optimized to the best of your needs, because it allows you to enhance your weapons and make them much better. Let me go ahead and pull up a picture of the crafting menu. But I know one question that always gets asked when games haven't been released, or the games are new, is how do I craft weapons? Well, in order for you guys to be able to craft weapons, you're going to actually need to visit my boy Sahidi, and he's going to give you the option to craft weapons and armor. So when you visit him, you're going to definitely need to have all the resources. We're going to go over the resources, what they are, how do you get them, and also what they're used for later on in the video. But it's going to be very important that you understand the menu. Now, it's pretty basic what we're going to go over right now, but of course we're going to get into the more technical stuff as we progress in the video. So real quick, guys, when you get to the menu, you're going to have your gear, the equipped gear, the gear that you currently have on. So if you want to upgrade anything that you currently are rocking, you're going to be able to go to the, to the left-hand side and go to the equipped section. Then you also have a weapons category, which is going to list all your weapons that you have in your stash available for you guys, or in your inventory available for you guys to dismantle or upgrade. Now, right down in the middle, you have where it says choose item to craft. This is anytime you select an item from your gear, it's going to put it right here in the middle. As you see right now, everything is grayed out on the right hand side where it says crafting options. But within the crafting options, we have a total of 5. We have improve rarity, race attributes, mod gear, swap variants, and level up. I'm going to break each and every one of you guys. And then right in the bottom, we have resources. Now, as you see right now on the screen, you're only able to see a total of 5 resources. There actually is a total of 6 resources in the game. And today I'm going to tell you guys what those resources are and how to use them. So let's go ahead and get started and see what happens when we place an item in the choose item to craft. All right, so now when we place an item, it's going to unlock the crafting options. Now, these options are going to unlock depending on what type of item we place in here. If we place an item that doesn't have mods, it's not going to give us the option to do the mod gear, but it should give us the option to do everything. So if you place an item that gives you all the options, let's talk about what those options are and what they do. We're going to start out from the top, which is going to be improve rarity. Now, improve rarity is going to allow you to improve the primary parameters of every weapon that is not epic and legendary. So if your weapon is epic and legendary, you won't be able to improve these. And I know you guys are asking, what exactly is the primary parameter? The primary parameter is basically the main focal point of the weapon or the gear. So if you look at the weapon, it's going to say firepower and it's going to give you a number. This is going to allow you to improve that. If you look at a piece of gear, it's actually going to say armor, and it's going to allow you to improve that armor as well. So the improve rarity is going to allow you guys to actually increase that firepower or increase that armor for your gear that you have. Anytime you want to upgrade something that's not epic or legendary, you're going to go here and improve its rarity. All right, so now let's take a look at race attributes. Now, race attributes are a little bit more complex, and this is where you guys are going to definitely have to pay close attention, because these are going to be fundamental to you bettering your weapons and gears. You could actually raise the attributes on any gear from uncommon all the way to legendary. Now, in addition to that, guys, you're going to need to know what attributes you currently have. Now, in order for you guys to determine what attributes you guys have, when you look at a weapon, you're going to notice that there is a little triangle looking icon that is called the shard icon. Now, whenever you dismantle or disassemble a weapon, that little shard icon is going to be considered a shard. Now, this shard is going to be responsible for that particular attribute. So, for example, let's take a look at this legendary weapon that I have, the Core 09. This has a shard under the critical damage attribute. If I were to disassemble this weapon, it would give me a shard for that particular category. Now let's take a look at what categories are available in shards. We have close range damage, anomaly power, armor pierce, healing received, max health, skill life leech, critical damage, bonus firepower, and weapon life leech. Now remember, like I said, these are going to be consistent of 6 different levels. As you notice right here on the screen, if we see critical damage, it says we already have 1 critical damage shard, but that is only for level 1. And that's why you guys notice it's highlighted red, because it's telling you that the shard you currently have already is lower than the shard that is found in this weapon if you were to dismantle it. So if I were to dismantle this weapon, it would probably give me a shard level 2, which would then allow me to use that shard on any weapon that has a lower level shard within that specific category. So just to make it once again very clear, in order for you guys to raise your attribute, you're going to have the shard for each individual attribute, and the attributes are correspondent of up to 6 different levels. And in order for you guys to get the maximum amount for that particular shard, you're going to have to get all the levels of that specific attribute category. Now, in order for you guys to obtain that shard, of course, you're going to have to disassemble the weapon or the gear to obtain that shard. I hope that made perfect sense. If it didn't, drop a question down in the comment section down below and I'll be more than happy to answer it. All right, so now let's talk about mod gear. Now, mod gears are passive skills which come in 3 different tiers. It comes in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Tier 3 is only found in legendary items. Tier 1 and 2 are found in anything from uncommon all the way to epic. Now you're able to change a mod for any gear or any item or any weapon that you desire. Now keep in mind, you're only able to change one of them, not both of them. So if you want to change one, you got to make sure you know the one you want to get and the one you want to combo it with. In order for you guys to get a mod, you're going to have to first find the item that has that specific mod you desire. Once you find that item with that specific mod you desire, you could disassemble that item or that weapon or that armor, and that mod will go into your mod category. Once you obtain the mod within your mod category, you don't need to farm that particular mod over and over to be able to apply it to other items. That mod is already in your category or in your inventory, and you're able to apply that mod to any other gear that you desire to put that mod in. Now, one of the special things about legendaries is that legendaries will have dedicated mods that can only be found within legendary items. This will fall under the tier 3 category. So if you want to get the most hardcore mods, you're definitely going to want to farm legendary armor to not only get the legendary armor, but to also get a duplicate legendary armor so you can dismantle it to apply to different armor and different gear. All right, so now let's take a look at swap variant. Now swap variant is actually a really cool one because it's going to allow you to change the way your weapon fires. So let's say you have a assault rifle that's really good, but the biggest problem is that it's too bouncy. It's going to allow you to change that variant. Now, there are a total of 3 variants that I currently know of. One is called Standard, Tactical, Sharpshooter, and Breach. Now, that's going to be dependent on what type of weapon you have. Of course, each of them are going to have different variants, but those are pretty much the ones I know of as of right now. Basically, Standard is your regular fire mode, so anything that's full auto. Tactical is more like a pulse rifle versus scout rifle, and then Sharpshooter is a single fire burst. So think about it that way. If you find a really good assault rifle, but it does really good damage, but it's just jumpy, you could probably switch it over to Tactical or Sharpshooter to give you a better weapon with a different fire mode. So definitely this is a really cool option. And I believe a lot of people are going to start tinkering that once we get towards the end game. Now, the last one we have in the crafting options is level up. This is pretty simple, self-explanatory. It's going to allow you to level up your weapon. And one cool feature about this in particular that not a lot of people know about is that it's going to actually allow you to re-roll your attribute values, which is really important. Now, one thing you want to know for sure is that once you level up, you are not going to be able to go any higher than your currently equipped item level cap. So if, for example, you have a level 15 item and you are level 16, it's not going to let you go any higher than level 16. It's going to keep you capped at whatever equipable item level you currently are. So if you need to upgrade an epic or a legendary or level it up, then there's the place you're going to go. It's going to re-roll your attributes, and it's also going to change your parameters. For example, your firepower or armor is also going to get increased. So this is where also endgame comes more involved, because that's where more people are going to be doing a little bit more tinkering. All right, so now let's talk about resources, because what are you going to actually need to do all this crafting? You're going to need resources. There's a total of 6 different resources found in the game. We have one called scraps, leather, iron, titanium, gold, and shards. Now, what are these items? How do you get them? Well, let's talk about it. Now, for scraps, these are good quality screws and bolts. These are basically the local currency of the game. Now, these are used to buy wearables from vendors, and these are actually going to be the currency you're going to be using to doing any purchasing around the Outriders universe. These are going to be able to drop from human enemies, chests, and sold items. So if you sell some items, you'll get some scraps back. The next one we have is called leather. These are going to be used to improve your armor pieces when you decide to craft. So these are going to definitely be very fundamental for us to be able to craft. And we're only going to be able to get these from actually killing animals or beasts within the world of Outriders. So any creature we killed will be able to give us some leather. You're also going to be able to get these from opening up chests and disassembling armor parts as well. So this is definitely going to be super important for us to be able to level up our armor. The next one we have is called iron. Now, iron is a very common ore. It's mostly used to improve your weapons when we go ahead and craft. So if you want to improve your weapons, you're going to have to get a lot of iron. How do you get it? This actually is going to be able to drop from ores chests and also disassembled weapons. So if you need to get a lot of iron, start disassembling those weapons and get that iron accumulated. The next one we have is actually a very, very rare item, and this is called titanium. And this one in particular is used to improve the rarity of epic or leveling up items. So extremely important. This is going to be the main one that you're going to need towards endgame, because if you want to upgrade anything from epic and you want to level things up, this is the currency you're going to need. Now, this is going to be dropping from tougher enemies and disassembled epic and legendary items. So this is basically endgame resource that it's going to be crucial and fundamental to you guys to have in order for you guys to upgrade your gear and level up your items. The other item that we have is called gold, which I don't know too much about. I asked the devs and hopefully we get an answer. If we do get an answer from them, then I'll definitely put it in a pinned comment. And last but not least, guys, we have shards. Shards, I already explained what they are, but shards are used in crafting to raise specific attributes of equipment. These drop from disassembled weapons and also armors. I already explained how you actually get those, so you guys should already know. And there you guys have it. That is the ultimate crafting guide in Outriders. Now, this is going to be a guide that's coming out before the demo. And if for some reason any of this changes, I will definitely be making an updated video. So if you watch this at a later time when the game's already out, if something changed, I'll probably have an updated video for that. But this should have you guys completely covered for the demo and win the game, unless anything changes or the devs move anything around. So make sure you keep that in mind. I do hope you guys are enjoying our Outrider coverage. If you are, guys, do me a huge favor. Click on any of the videos that are showing up on your screen. They're really helpful, really informative. Also, guys, if you guys are enjoying the coverage, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, but most importantly, hit that notification bell so you guys won't miss our Outriders coverage. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.